A long time ago, in a vast and powerful kingdom of Zemandara, there lived a man unlike any other. He was known far and wide as the man who never lied. It was said that from the day he was born, he had never spoken a single false word. Even as a child, while other children lied to escape trouble, he always told the truth. People marveled at his honesty, and some feared it. For in a world where lies could bring power, wealth, and even safety, a man who never lied was a mystery and a danger to many. One evening, an old diviner sat beneath the great baobab tree at the center of the village, surrounded by villagers eager for her wisdom. She threw her sacred cowrie shells onto a woven mat and gasped. "A time will come," she declared, her voice trembling, "when the fate of the kingdom will rest upon the tongue of the man who never lies." Some believed her words, others dismissed them. But deep in the palace, the king sat in silence, stroking his beard. He had heard of the man before, and now curiosity burned within him. The next day, the king sent his royal messengers to summon the man who never lied. They found him sitting outside his small mud hut, weaving a basket. "The great king requests your presence at the palace," they said. "Come at once." The man stood, dusted his hands, and without hesitation followed them. In the grand hall, the king sat upon his golden throne, his eyes filled with amusement and suspicion. "I have heard many tales about you," the king said. "They say you have never told a lie. Is this true?" "It is true, my king," the man replied humbly. The king smiled, but his eyes darkened with thought. "We shall see," he said. Over the following days, the king devised clever tricks to make the man lie. He asked impossible questions, set traps, and even tried to tempt him with gold. One day, he sent his guards to wake the man at dawn and ordered them to take him blindfolded to a faraway place. When they arrived, they removed the blindfold and left him alone in the middle of an unfamiliar land. Hours later, they returned to the palace and reported that he was lost. But the next morning, the man walked through the palace gates, unharmed. "How did you find your way back?" the king asked, astonished. "I followed the sun by day and the stars by night," the man said simply. The king frowned. He needed a stronger test. One evening, the king gathered his closest advisors in secret. "This man has passed every test," he said, "but I must know if he can truly resist lying, even when his life is at stake." The next day, the king summoned the man again. "You have done well," he said, "but I have one last task for you. You must deliver a message to my neighboring kingdom. But be warned, the road is dangerous. If you are caught by bandits, they will ask if you carry gold. If you say yes, they will kill you for it. If you say no and you have gold, they will let you go. But you must not lie. Now take this pouch and go." The man accepted the pouch without opening it and set off. The journey was long, and the sun was fierce. As he walked through the thick forest, he heard voices ahead. Bandits. A group of fierce men blocked his path. Their leader, a tall man with a scar across his face, stepped forward. "What do you carry?" he asked. "I carry a message for the king of the neighboring land," the man replied calmly. "And in your pouch?" the bandit leader sneered. "Is it gold?" The man did not flinch. "I do not know what is inside," he said truthfully, "for I have not looked." The bandits were taken aback. "Open it!" they demanded. The man untied the pouch and poured its contents onto the ground. To everyone's surprise, there was no gold, only dry leaves and pebbles. The bandits laughed. "The king must be testing you," the leader said. "Go in peace, truthful one." And so, the man continued his journey, arriving safely at the neighboring kingdom. News of the man's unwavering honesty spread beyond the kingdom. Some admired him, while others saw him as a threat. Among those who despised him was the king's son, the prince. The prince was clever but cruel, and he saw the man as a danger to his future reign. "If my father trusts him so much," the prince thought, "what if he advises against me when my time to rule comes? I must get rid of him." One day the prince approached the man and said, "I have a secret mission for you, one that even my father must not know about. You must deliver this sealed letter to the northern warriors, but you must not open it." The man accepted the letter and began his journey. But as he walked, a strange feeling troubled him. He knew the prince did not like him, and his heart told him something was wrong. When he reached the river, he saw an old fisherman sitting by the shore. "You look troubled," the fisherman said. "I have been given a task, but something does not feel right," the man admitted. The fisherman nodded wisely. "Truth is not just about words, but also about what is right," he said. The man thought deeply, then made his decision. He carefully opened the letter. His heart pounded as he read its contents. The letter was not a message of peace. It was a secret command for the northern warriors to attack the kingdom. Realizing the danger, the man returned at once and went straight to the king. He presented the letter and told him everything. The king's face darkened. "My own son has betrayed me," he said in sorrow. The prince was summoned, and when confronted, he could not deny his treachery. The king, though heartbroken, knew that justice must be served. He banished his son, and in doing so, saved his people from war. The king looked at the man with great respect. "You have proven that truth is not just about words, but about wisdom and courage," he said. "I would have you as my chief advisor, for a kingdom without truth cannot stand." But the man shook his head. "I am honored, my king, but my path is not to sit in the palace. Truth must be carried far and wide, for there are many who live in darkness. I must continue my journey." And so, the man who never lied set out once more, not knowing what lay ahead. Would his honesty bring him even greater challenges? Would he find friends or enemies on his path? His story was far from over.